All right, picture this. It's 2026, and you're staring at your ancient phone that's barely hanging on, thinking, do I really need to drop $1,000 on the latest iPhone? What if I told you there's a 2020 phone that's still crushing it in everyday use? Looks premium, takes killer photos, and costs way less than you'd expect. Yeah, the iPhone 12 is that sneaky legend that refuses to die. Is it still worth buying in 2026? Let's dive in, because this might just blow your mind. Man, when the iPhone 12 launched back in 2020, it felt like Apple finally listened. Flat edges, that boxy design, straight out of the iPhone 5 playbook, but modernized. It was compact, premium, and came in these vibrant colors like blue, green, purple that still pop today. I remember picking up my blue one and thinking, this feels like the perfect size. Not too big like the Pro Max, not tiny like the Mini. In 2026, that design still holds up. It doesn't scream old phone like some rounded edge relics do. The ceramic shield front glass? Still tough. I've dropped mine more times than I care to admit. And the screen's fine. Let's talk display, because this is where the iPhone 12 punched above its weight. 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED, deep blacks, punchy colors, HDR that makes Netflix look insane. Coming from LCD iPhones like the 11 or XR, this was a game changer. Sure, it stuck at 60 Hz. No silky smooth 120 Hz scrolling like newer models, but honestly, after a day or two, you adapt. iOS is so optimized that it feels snappy anyway. No lag, no stutter. If you're upgrading from something older than 2018, this screen will feel mind-blowing. Performance? The A14 Bionic chip is a beast. In 2026, it's running iOS 26.3 like a champ. Smooth multitasking, gaming, editing videos in CapCut, whatever. Apple still supports it with the latest features, like that new iPhone to Android transfer tool. Super handy if you're switching ecosystems. End-to-end RCS encryption in messages, so your Android friends' texts look normal and secure, and those cool live weather wallpapers on the lock screen. Privacy tweaks too, like limiting precise location sharing. Battery life solid. About a full day with moderate use, maybe a day and a half if you're light. It's not the monster battery on the newest iPhones, but the efficiency of the A14 keeps it dependable. No midday panic charges for me. Cameras are still one of the strongest points. Dual 12-megapixel setup, wide and ultra-wide, with night mode on both, plus the front camera. Photos look sharp, natural colors, great dynamic range. Low-light shots? Excellent. Video in Dolby Vision HDR? Still impressive, especially if you're posting to YouTube or Instagram. No telephoto lens. So portrait mode uses a wide camera, but for most people, it's more than enough. In 2026, it holds its own against mid-range Androids, sometimes beats them in consistency. MagSafe is underrated. That magnetic ring on the back? Snaps chargers, wallets, mounts perfectly. I use a MagSafe car mount daily, zero hassle. Wireless charging at 15 watts with the right puck or 20 watts wired fast charging gets you to 85% in about an hour. No charge in the box, thanks Apple. But if you have any old 20 watts brick or USB-C cable, you're good. Now, the downsides in 2026. 64 gigabytes base storage feels tight. Apps, photos, 4K videos add up fast. Go for 128 gigabytes if you can. Lightning port? Still here. No USB-C like newer iPhones. Speakers are good, but not the loudest or most detailed compared to flagships. No high refresh rate. So if you're coming from a 120 Hz phone, you'll notice the difference in scrolling. But here's where it gets real. Value in 2026. Apple doesn't sell the iPhone 12 new anymore, it's discontinued. But you can find refurbished or renewed units everywhere. On sites like Backmarket, Swappa, Amazon Renewed, or eBay, a good condition unlocked iPhone 12, 64 gigabytes or 128 gigabytes, goes for around $170 to $250, often in the $180 to $220 sweet spot, depending on storage and condition. Excellent refurbished ones hover $200 to $230. That's insanely affordable for a phone with this build quality, ecosystem perks, and long-term support. Compare that to new iPhones. The cheapest current option, like the iPhone 16, starts around $599, or the iPhone 16 at $699 plus. Even budget Androids with similar cameras and performance cost $400 to $500 new. For under $250 used or refurbished, the iPhone 12 gives you premium aluminum and glass build, OLED, 5G MagSafe, and full Apple ecosystem integration. AirPods, Watch, iCloud, all that seamless stuff. Carrier deals or trade-ins can drop it even lower sometimes. So, is the iPhone 12 still worth buying in 2026? If you're on a budget, want to stay in iOS without spending flagship money, and don't need the absolute latest bells like Apple Intelligence on steroids or 120Hz everywhere, absolutely yes. It's a steal right now. Perfect for students as a secondary phone, or if you're upgrading from an iPhone 8 or X or 11 and want that OLED jump without breaking the bank. But if you can stretch to $500 to $700, newer models like the iPhone 16 series offer better battery, faster chips, USB-C, and future-proofing for AI features. Or check Android options like a Pixel for killer cameras on a budget. Bottom line, the iPhone 12 isn't just still good. It's a smart, no regrets buy in 2026 if affordability is key. Grab one in good condition, slap a case on it, and enjoy. You won't regret it. What do you think? Would you pick up an iPhone 12 right now, or are you holding out for something newer? Drop a comment below. Smash that like if this helped, and subscribe for more Real Talk reviews. Catch you in the next one.